I do think it's time that we have a discussion about increasing the age of eligibility. And that's a very difficult discussion, but I think we all know from our own experience, people are living longer and they're able to sustain themselves longer. Both my father-in-law, who's 69, is still practicing medicine. My father practiced dentistry until he was 71 and did fine. So that discussion has to be, and they, by the way, have 10 bypass surgeries between them. So that discussion has to be made. Also, we're going to have to stiffen the penalties for fraud and abuse. It shouldn't even be an option that healthcare providers are willing to consider. We've got to make it so unattractive that they're not willing to risk jail time and substantial fines and penalties to entertain those ideas. And third, we need to make sure that people that are accessing the system are citizens of the United States. And I think that can be done easily, but the whole system's predicated on paying in. And so we want to make sure that everybody that accesses those benefits has paid in over the course of their lifetime.
And I'm going to be authentic, and I'm going to be as honest with the people that I would like to represent as possible. In my judgment, all things are on the table when you're in the mess that this country is in. As has already been indicated, we're over $12.5 trillion in debt. We have a deficit of unprecedented proportions. We cannot continue to spend the kind of money that we're spending at the rate that we're spending it and have any hope at all of being able to uncover from these liabilities that we've encountered as a nation, Medicare being one of those. And the original question was, what do we do to cover the Medicare liability? And in my judgment, we're going to have to look at all matters. All options are on the table. It's already been discussed that there's a lot of waste, fraud, and abuse. That won't fix the problem by itself. We've talked about job creation. And job creation, in my judgment, goes to the heart of why we're in the predicament that we're in. We have to look for ways to create more jobs, to create income, to create the kind of economic growth in this country that will satisfy a lot of those obligations. We have to cut spending, and across the board, spending is going to have to be cut. And because of so much of our spending is entitlement programs are on the table. It is just a fact of life that as an American society, we're going to have to accept the fact that we've got to cut spending. We're potentially going to have to look at some of the tax issues as they relate to some of these entitlement programs and be able to uncover from this in a natural, free enterprise, market-driven way. That's the best answer I can give you. I'm going to be authentic if I go to Washington, and I'm going to consider all options as we consider this.